Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mine in the Middle. If you're new here, my name is Natasia. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, in my last episode, I talked about how to build self-confidence or, just certain tips on what helps build better confidence within yourself. Today's episode, I'm talking about imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is feeling inadequate or having self-doubt even when there is evidence of your success. Even knowing that you've accomplished certain things, you still don't feel really like you're living up to it. And I have firsthand experience with imposter syndrome. That is something that I still battle with myself to this day. I have had so many different YouTube channels. I at one point was doing music. I had another podcast before this one. I can wholeheartedly say that I don't want to call them failures, but I can say that the reason why those things didn't reach their full potential is because of my own imposter syndrome. Even now, I don't understand why I have those moments of just not feeling good enough. Like sometimes I do question, like, who am I to be speaking to people in this way? Who am I to be giving this advice? Who am I to be, to have this podcast or this channel and help others? I need help, like, but it's definitely something that I'm working through, and I can say that I'm a lot better now. I know that I am doing the best that I can in this crazy life that we're living in, this crazy world. I'm doing the best that I can every day. I am living for not only myself but my family and my friends, and I'm doing the best to be my best for my people and for those around me and for the people to come after me, my children, my future children. I want to be like literally the best version of myself. So imposter syndrome is a thing, and it's not an easy thing, but there's some ways that we can get through it, and we're gonna work together. Okay, so imposter syndrome is very common, and a lot of people don't know that they have imposter syndrome. Like, I feel like me, for the longest, I didn't think I had imposter syndrome. I don't know, I just kind of felt like just didn't know the direction that I wanted to take. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, because I would just, do this, start it, and it would start to get recognition and start to get, really good feedback, and then I would just let it fall by the wayside. But when you have imposter syndrome, you basically feel like a fraud. Like, I'm gonna even put it on a bigger scale. Like, let's say LeBron James, he has championships, all of the success and accolades. But let's say LeBron James, in his own mind, feels like he is a failure, or he doesn't deserve those things. He hasn't put in enough work. He doesn't deserve, I won't say he thinks he's a failure, but let's just say he doesn't feel like he deserves those rings because he didn't put in enough work. Even though people are awarding him those things and recognizing those things, he doesn't feel that. That is imposter syndrome. You feel like you're a fraud. You feel like, oh my God, somebody's gonna find me out. Okay. Somebody's gonna see me for the real me. And that is like such a horrible way to like view yourself, to think, to feel that way about yourself. But there's a way to fix it. We can improve it. That's one thing about this channel, this podcast. It's called Mind in the Middle, meaning anything that we want to work on, or anything that we want to accomplish, anything that we want to do, we have the power of doing it and overcoming any of the obstacles that come with it by using our mind, using the power of our mind and putting that at the forefront opposed to the actions we take or the things that we say. How are you thinking? What is your program like? Okay, what is going on in your mind? So one of the ways that we can start to fix it is by recognizing our accomplishments. Get a sheet of paper, use the notepad app in your phone, whatever floats your boat, and list out all the things that you have accomplished or things that you're good at, things that you're proud of. List them all out. See it for yourself. Start from when you was in first grade if you have to. Like, I remember when Billy didn't bring his lunch and I let him have half of my sandwich. Something like that. If you're proud of that moment, list it on there. List out the things that you are proud of now, like of who you are now, what you're doing now. Write all those things down and just read the list to yourself of all the things that you have accomplished. That is a sure way to get yourself to start feeling like, you know what, I'm doing a good job. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Yes. Another thing you want to do is talk to somebody about it. Talk to, a friend or someone that you trust. It could be a mentor, it could be your therapist, it could be your mom, your dad, whoever that you really trust, that they can, understand or even relate to how you feel. Talk to it about them. Talk about how, man, I feel like I'm not worthy of this, or I feel like I'm not doing enough, and it's weighing me down. It's making me feel like I shouldn't be doing it. Look to your support system, and if they're a good support system, they will, help reel you back in and reassure you that you are in a great place and that you're in the right place and that you deserve to have what you have and be who you are and do what you do. You have to reframe your thoughts. You have to switch that mindset, change the thoughts that you're having. Instead of feeling like you're not good enough or you're a failure or you're a fraud, tell yourself that you are doing good, that you have accomplished a lot and you have the skills to do whatever it is that you put your mind to, that do whatever you want to do. Tell yourself that you're doing the best that you can and you're getting better. That is the thing about personal development and becoming and transforming your life into what you want. It's not always just given to you. It's not just something that just falls in your lap. A lot of people who are successful and they have this seemingly happy, fulfilled life, they have built that. They have coached themselves into that. It's not something that they just woke up into. And maybe for some people that is the case, but for majority of us, that's not. We have to build it brick by brick. So tell yourself those positive thoughts. Tell yourself those positive affirmations and reassure yourself that you are worthy. And again, if anybody else could do it, why not you? And when it comes to overcoming imposter syndrome, it's key to start to take action. You have to get to a point where, okay, you're not just so in your head. Now you're actually taking the action. You're actually making those steps. You don't have to get it all done in one day, but you want to start taking the steps to your goals and to your achievements. Motivation is so flip-floppy. It's there one moment and gone the next. You have to motivate yourself. You have to push through. Sometimes you just taking the action is what motivates you to keep going. So take the action. Whatever it is that you need to do, light that fire under for yourself. Okay? Just do it like Nike. One of the best things that I love to do, aside of reading books, to get out of my own head, is listening to other people on YouTube. I love that because it'd be crazy how other people be going through the same thing or having the same thoughts as you, and you feel like, dang, I thought I was the only one. And sometimes even seeing like someone who has like surpassed that, they're successful, they have all this stuff going on for themselves, and to know that they came from the same place that you're at gives you that motivation. So look to people on YouTube. If it's not me, other creators or other people that can really relate to you and reassure you that you're not the only one, okay? We all go through it. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to like and leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. If you love it here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I do post. Until then, live in love, live in light, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.